Our next performer, she makes art, teaches art, and advocates for art every day. She's got more art books than pretty much anyone else on the planet. Please welcome to the stage, Kelly White.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be tough for me and really different from my first PK. It doesn't get any more personal than this, but I felt it was too important not to share. The impetus for taking on this topic actually came after attending a big meeting a couple of years ago. Picture pretty much every local leader all in one room. I look around, as I always do, and kind of establish that, yes, I am the biggest person in the room, and I was, but I also noticed there weren't any other super obese people in the room. And I was like, I wonder, why was that? Maybe society doesn't necessarily deem fat people as having the energy or the willpower or even the intelligence to lead, or perhaps fat people don't see themselves in those roles. It could be a bit of both, honestly, but no matter what, I think it relates back to some pretty critical assumptions and judgments that people make about fat people, specifically fat women, because obviously that's what I know about. One major assumption would be I must be lazy, right, and have no willpower whatsoever. Yeah, I'm not lazy at all. I work freaking really hard. I have 2 jobs that I am completely and wholly dedicated to. 12-hour days can be the norm most times. And I'll admit to you that sometimes I push myself to a fault to work as hard as I possibly can, because I don't ever want anyone to say that I'm using my size as an excuse not to give the most effort I can. And then when it comes to willpower, yeah, I have willpower too, can you believe it? And even when it relates to food. In college, I actually went on a liquid diet, and I didn't eat solid food for 26 weeks. It was the longest time anyone had ever stayed on the program. Then a few years ago, I lost 150 pounds. No surgery, no program, no medication, just pure unadulterated dedication and a little bit of hope thrown in there. Both of these weight losses actually took great amounts of willpower, but what actually has taken considerable more strength is the fact of coping with the psychological roller coaster of gaining it back and somehow hanging on and maintaining my self-esteem and keeping my value as a person. The other crazy assumption that I really don't understand is that somehow people actually think that I need to be reminded that I'm fat, and I'm just gonna put it out there. No one ever needs to be reminded they're fat, okay? Don't ever remind anybody, they've got it. It's part of my thoughts every single day, several times a day. There are few activities that I can think of where my weight doesn't determine my every move. I think about it as soon as I wake up in the morning and I'm avoiding the mirror. I think about it when I cross the street as I go to work, and I imagine the thoughts of every driver that sees me. Even at the grocery store, I'm scanning the aisles, right? I'm looking for the checkout person that looks kind. Who is the kindest person? Trust me, I'm basically just trying to stay out of your way. I can't remember the last armrest I ever dared to use. I see the horrified glares on the airplanes in theaters like this, squeezing into a booth at a restaurant. There's no commentary required, right? I've thought of everything anyone's ever told me, right? I've already thought of it. And I guess one of the most critical assumptions that is made is because I continue to look this way and I present myself like this to the world, maybe I don't feel shame about the way I look. I feel the shame so profoundly, it's actually pretty tough for me to express. I see it in my boyfriend's eyes. I even see it in my parents' faces. But I want you guys to take a moment and try and imagine how this feels. You all probably, right? Everybody in here probably feels shame about something, a habit of some kind. Maybe you drink too much. Maybe you abuse drugs. Maybe you have a spending or a gambling problem. Maybe you stole something you weren't supposed to. Maybe you were unfaithful to someone and you caused them great pain. No matter what it is, right? Imagine now having to reveal that shame to every stranger on the street. I'm talking, it's the first thing you have to mention at every job interview. It's the first thing you have to reveal on every date you go on. You even have to admit it to people you don't like, you don't respect. I can't hide my shame. I can't slowly choose when to reveal it. I'm wearing it. It's on constant display for people to judge and to ridicule and to diagnose as they see fit. I guess what I hope you guys get out of this is that just be kind, right? Don't make assumptions about people. You haven't walked in their shoes. You don't know the journey they've been on. When it comes to people's weight, it's their own business. Just let it be. I received actually some of the most painful ridicule after I'd already lost like 75 pounds. Even exercising out in public, people saying horrible things. It's my constant battle, and I have to be the one to deal with it. Nothing anyone says, good or bad, will ever change that. I am still the exact same person inside after I lose weight even. I shouldn't be solely judged by a number on a scale. Just because I battle morbid obesity does not mean I don't deserve respect or that I don't have value. I am not a freaking symbol for a nationwide epidemic. I'm a person. I'm Kel. I'm this kid. That's me. I'm a teacher. I'm a friend. And honestly, I'm just trying to fit in this world. Thank you.